Right, nothing heard. This is the home edition of the Sunday morning net, where there's a little bit of snow cover outside there, and yeah, first time in 3 weeks at the home QTH to run the net there. So hope everybody's enjoying this first weekend in July in the winter wonderland that's outside there. So to make sure that the ECHOLINK and all-star stations are able to both transmit and receive, I will stand by at this time for ECHOLINK and all-star stations to check in at this time.
For 9, Victor, O'Connell.
You want a look?
Hearing the following ECHOLINK and all-star stations, A9VV Cynthia and G1AEU Ellen over in Great Britain. Now at this time I will take check-ins, all other check-ins, please check in at this time.
Alpha Bravo 9, November.
Net control, KC9LN Zulu, and I think you better flip your calendar. It's not July, it's January.
Here additional check-ins, AB9NN and KC9LN Zulu. Tom checking in on the first Sunday in January. Any other stations who would like to join the net, please check in now.
W9OBB.
So have Rick W9OBB. So the order of check-ins will be AA9VV Cynthia, G1AEU, Alan, and then Alan, you send it over to AB9NN, and then it goes to KC9LN Zulu, and then W9OBB. AA9VV, this is KA9ARZ. Good morning, Cynthia.
7, KA9ARC, this is AA9VV, and a nice snowy morning to beautiful, a 3 inches yesterday, and of course it, sort of got cold over the night, so the snow is really out there again on all of the trees. I put out some bread, and I've got a nice flock of blue jays out here this morning, along with all the other birds. Just wanted to get up and get some roast beef in the oven for later today after the Packer game, and get a start on my putting away the Christmas decorations. And there was something I was trying to mention yesterday after the net on January 23rd at the Fox PAC. There's a presentation called How to Astronaut with Terry Burt. And it looks very, very interesting, beautiful pictures and things. So we snagged some tickets to go to that event. So maybe some of you will have a chance to join us. That would be lovely. This is AA9VV over to G1AEU, and a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Well, there you go. I hear where they bust. Here's and a good morning to all on the repeat of the morning. So, you said another July, so it would have been warmer if it was July. I know it's just cold over there, so they've got snow, and you've only need just snow, but the boats are still going. So it's what's colder here than usual is 42 Fahrenheit, 40 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour wind, 70 to USA, and 35 C9 on the barometer. The barometer's gone up. We've got some ice pressure at last. I've got a bit of the rain. And the people in this country have got sunny out, so we better see to hear that. Anyway, I passes you maybe 9 and then. How was you, my son?
Good morning to everybody on the Good Morning Net from John, AB9NN in Beulah, Michigan, northwest Flora, Michigan, straight across Lake Michigan from Algoma, 9 miles inland. And, had a beautiful snow last night, maybe about, I don't know, maybe half an inch or an inch and a half, something like that. But it just left a very nice coating on all the tree branches, and looks just lovely out there. So may go out and do some wintertime photography this afternoon, and hopefully the blue skies will emerge. Still getting lake effect snows, just lightly over western lower Michigan. And let's see, currently temperature is at 30.1 degrees with the north wind at 0 miles an hour. Soil flux index is perked up to 159, so that's a good thing. Was tuning around 20-meter HF mobile last night, and didn't hear too much. There's one Raichu going on 14.160, but not much else going on. Barometric pressure is down to 29.74, indicative of the low pressure system that's passing by us. So let's see, we went to church last night. Jane played bells for church last night, so we're not going into church today. So that's a nice day off for Sunday. We're going to watch the Lions game at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to watch the Packer game at 4 o'clock. So hopefully it'll be an interesting football afternoon. Both of the teams are playing at their home stadiums, so it should be interesting games. With that, it's over to KC9 Ellen Zulu from AB9NN. John and Beulah, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe on the roads.
Thank you, sir. KC9LN Zulu here. Well, same wish to you. Stay safe on the roads. We got a little bit of snow overnight after shoveling yesterday. I coated the ground again, so after my QB this morning, I got up and went outside and did a quick shovel, although it looked like I'm going to have to do it again because it's still snowing very lightly, but it's still coming down. Temperature is about 30 degrees right now, light to no wind, and of course cloudy skies, but we'll see what the day brings. And hopefully everybody out there is being careful, walk safely, all that good stuff, you know. Just be cautious out there, and especially driving too, because plows haven't been out yet this morning, haven't heard them, so they may not be out with this light coating. So, but at least it's I've got some people I know in near Fort Lauderdale. They had a tornado there, and then where I used to live in Milford, Connecticut, is getting pummeled with snow right now. Yay! That being said, I will turn it over to OBB. Good morning to all. Have a good day. Be careful. Drive and walk carefully. And good morning to all.
Thank you, Tom, and good morning to you as well. And yeah, isn't it nice where one of those former places you got to live gets the misery for a little while? You know, spread it around a little bit. Anyway, yeah, like most all of the rest of you, we have a thin covering again of snow, so I'm going to get out there and clean it off. We're expecting a busy day over here today. Yesterday I made a big casserole for my daughter and her husband and the two granddaughters. They're going to be over here around noon, and we're going to have a nice lunch, and then I am going to give them a ride over to the stadium and drop them off at a close point to their gate that they have to enter, and they'll be taking in the Bears game. As you know, they just moved here in August from the country of Luxembourg over in Europe, and they're really getting into this football thing. My granddaughter's, the 12-year-old granddaughter is really cheering for and likes a lot Jordan Love, the new quarterback. So I hope that it turns out pleasant for them. But they have to learn to take the good with the bad, because it's not always one team is going to win, and that's about it. And so that is that. Otherwise, we'll be looking forward to that. And then when they come back, we'll eat again, I guess, and talk about everything that has transpired. So in a little while, I'm going to get out there and clean off this little dusting of snow. To keep the driveway and the sidewalk clean, so that's about it for now. This will be my one and only. I'll be one and done with this transmission. I think I just about covered it, and I want to get out there and get that snow cleared off, because I have some other things I need to do before Sue and I head out to church. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to my friend Kevin, KA9ARZ. This is W9OBB.
Thanks, Rick. W9OBB. This is KA9ARZ. It's the bottom of the list first time around. So stand by for any additional stations who would like to join in the net at this time. Please check in now. All right, nothing but the CWIC here. I'll pick it up here. So yesterday, after the snow came, temperature was hovering around the freezing mark, and the roads were just wet, the main roads at Cliff. So I had no trouble getting back and forth to Fish Creek yesterday to shoot action photos there. So the temperature is supposed to warm above the freeze mark. Hopefully anything frozen will unthaw, and then a little bit of dusting. Be able to scrape off once again with a high performance shovel like I did yesterday, maybe about an inch or so of snow was on the driveway and the sidewalk area there. So anyways, I'll be following the game later on this afternoon to see if history will repeat itself and Packers have a chance to make the playoffs and not get in there, or if they'll be able to continue playing after this weekend there. So anyhow, we're still monitoring the frequency. If we didn't send out the survey monkey or not. As far as the ID at the top of the hour, the voice thing. Notice when I was out and about, traveling past couple weeks there, that you don't hear it over the ECHOLINK there, but you hear just kind of like dead carrier there, and just wondering, like sometimes, like if the IDR kicks in, that people on the ECHOLINK can't hear it, the computer's still active, and I think that's why we've been having like some timeouts. Or Artie was wondering why you hear like this almost sounds like an IP number going off there when we have like a timeout wipeout or something like that. But as far as I'm concerned about the audio, I would prefer that the voice be changed instead of like when we used to have on the Yeah, 14673. We had the Robo Rick. It'd be neat if we could have the Robo Artie there, because like with his signature, the time is, and then instead of having the local time, have the Zulu time there. So when Artie's not on, yeah, we can hear the Robo Artie with the Zulu time getting mentioned. And yeah, I think the name Phyllis is somewhat bogus there. If it had the signature lap of Phyllis Diller, that would be okay, but it doesn't there, so that's my vote for changing the idea at the top of the hour to Robo Artie. I'll do a quick reset, and then I'll list the second round of check-in. A9ARZ returning there, so we'll start off again with Cynthia, AA9VV, then Alan, G1AEU, and then Alan, once again, you send it over to AB9NN, and then it goes over to KC9Ellen Zulu, who will be at the end with Rick going for only one turn. AA9VV, this is KA9ARZ. Good morning again, Cynthia.
Thank you, Kevin. KA9ARZ, this is AA9VV. And nice to hear from everyone this morning from all parts of the area and world. What fun we have here. Yesterday we did have a chance to meet the son-in-law and his friend. They're both Marines. And we had a pleasant time. This place in Ocano that's changed hands ever since the golf course closed. Used to be, I guess, the Legion Golf Course, and then it was Julie's Supper Club, and now it's the Twin Brothers, and we had a nice time. They have TVs in there, and you know, the bar, you eat at the bar or in the dining room, and it was so beautiful with all the windows. It's just a wall of glass, and watching the snow throughout the afternoon, so it was a lot of fun. Today it'll be a quieter day, and that's okay. So have a good one, everyone. We'll be watching the Packers later. This is AA9VV. Back over to you, Alan. B1AEU.
They do. That's the way they must be, yeah. So, I was talking what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah. It will. OBE is still within. My wife wanted to know if any criminals going there there. Oh, it sounds nice, but it said he made. And I saw him too when ARD is concerned. He mentioned Mexico. Well, that reminds me of Green Broadway on White Christmas. And then we're on the television again. It's always on the television here in the UK at Christmas time. It's always program about Christmas here, or war film about World War II. Take off this. I think I do not watch my Christmas really. Anyway, over to Tom Noble. Yes, Tom in Michigan. AB9 and then E1AU.
Okay, very good. Thank you from AB9NN and John in Beulah, Michigan, Northwest Florida, Michigan. And yeah, not much to add. I got an S9 on the repeater this morning. Everybody's sounding loud and proud. And I was kind of amazed yesterday. I got my weather satellite pictures decoded, and I was surprised the amount of noise that snow on my antenna generated. I'm not quite sure if it was just a weaker signal or if it was static building up from the snow, but the images were quite staticky compared to the normal relatively crystal clear images. So interesting visual effects of the on the antenna for my satellite decoding, I use our outside high gain TV beam antenna to do that, and does a pretty darn nice job on most days. So I'm kind of surprised that they'll work that far out of band, but I guess they're pretty much wide banded. So with that, back to KC9 Ellen Zulu, KC9, and then John. Have a good day, everyone.
Yes, sir, and hopefully the weather goes good for you over there, too. KC9LN Zulu here. Well, not much really else to add. May have to get outside later and do a sweeping instead of a shoveling of all the dusty snow that's out there, but then again, head out for the morning walk. I did use those new snow and ice spikes on the bottom of my shoe, and I'll tell you what, the walking yesterday, it was like I was walking on dry pavement through all the snow and everything out there. They say those things really, really work. Now I just got to make sure I get some replacements for the spikes, and I should be all set. But in case you're interested, they're at Fleet Farm, all the way at the end of one aisle. But hey, it's pretty interesting on how stable I felt. And there were a number of people on the way that asked me, you know, you're walking out there, how's it going? And looked at my shoes and couldn't understand how with just plain shoes I was walking. But I explained it to them, they were impressed. So anyways, other than that, hey, everybody have a good day, take care, be careful. And like I said, just stay warm and walk carefully. KC9, LN Zulu. And I believe it goes back to net control.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. KC9 LN Zulu, KA9 ARZ. Yeah, Rick was just in there for one turn. So before we shut the net down, I'll stand by for any additional stations who would like to join the net. Please check in now.
Not to disappoint, KC9 KMA.
Zulu with a quick comment.
Have Joan lurking at the end, KC9 KMA, and then Tom with a comment. Any other stations who would like to join the net, please check in now. All right, nothing heard, so Joan, go ahead, make your transmission, and send it over to Tom, KC9 KMA, KA9 ARZ.
Thank you, Kevin. This is actually traffic for you. I think everyone listening knows that the post office has made some changes with their new contract with Amazon. And if you don't know, the delivery of the Amazon package takes priority over the U.S. mail. And what it means in a rural area such as ours is that there will be days you do not get your first-class mail. And so, Kevin, we think, Jeff and I, this would be a really good story and questionnaire for you to publish in the Pulse. How many days a week do you not get the U.S. mail? And the answer last week was 1, and we think for 2, we got the Pulse this Friday, but 2 prior Fridays, it didn't come until in one case, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. And so the point being, Amazon is paying the bills for the U.S. mail, and people who need to get, like, their Social Security checks, which no one should be getting in the mail anyway, but if they are, they can't count on them coming. And so we think this is a problem going forward, and we want you to fix it. Over to LNZ. Good morning, everyone.
Well, thank you, KC9LN Zulu. I'm not going to get involved in that discussion. But just to let you know, I just checked the gas prices, and Costco is down to $2.49 a gallon for regular, in case you're interested. Back to you, Net Control, I believe, or somebody else.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. KC9LN Zulu, KA9 here. Let's pick it up quick. Yeah, regarding the situation at the post office, where that, you might have seen, Joan, a couple weeks ago, editor had a column about that, and definitely something that, paper's looking into there. And instead of another thing, too, an interesting note, because when I did my trip to Texas between Christmas and New Year's, put a hold on my mail, and instead of problems with non-delivery, I also had a problem with a delivery when it shouldn't happen. So when the mail was supposed to resume this past Tuesday, and when I got home late in the afternoon on Monday, I already saw some pieces of mail in there, and fortunately, one thing I got in the mail that was basically a bill there wasn't too wet, so I was able to make use of it. But the postal woes are definitely aware of situation happening in the county, and particularly Sturgeon Bay as well there. So anyways, I appreciate everybody who joined the net this morning. Hope to hear many of you tomorrow on the Good Morning Net, Monday's edition. And a couple of reminders for some other local nets. 9:15, Tom will be running a net on the WECOM system, 146.805 locally. And then tonight, 7 o'clock, 147.000, the Marinette Menominee Canyon net. So you'll be able to get your daily dose of party and hear some other hams from the other side of the bay. So this is KA9ARZ, returning the repeater back to normal amateur use. 73 all.
Still out there now, but I don't know if you're aware of this, but the former president put in a person that he had interest in into the U.S. Post Office, and that guy promised that he was going to make it more efficient and also more profitable by bringing in private things. So that's why Amazon got involved with it. That happened during that presidency. Just a reminder.
KC9KMA. Tom, this is the question my friend and I have. How is this guy still got a job? It's just insane. But let me say, Kevin, you may be listening as now the new lurker. Down the street, our neighbor goes away for a couple of months and just randomly said to Jeff, would you check the box to make sure the mail is stopped? And as a matter of fact, the delivery continued for 2 days until they called. Jeff says more than that. And they called, and then it did stop finally. But, it's a thing. It's a thing. Customer service and delivery and keeping track and whatever. It's not the U.S. mail. It's the Amazon delivery service now. So beware of that. Hey, Cynthia, I don't think you stop mail to get married, but, it's just something to be aware of that it'll still be in your box when you come home. Back to you, Tom.
As far as the guy being appointed by the former president, that term, I think, lasts for 10 years or something. It's not something that they can get rid of without, I guess, an act of Congress or something. That's not going to happen, of course. But, I was a little bit disappointed in that, too, because I had some problems with the post office also after last, 2022. They held up a delivery of something that was very important to me, my daughter's remains. So, there are some problems going on.
I did miss Kevin's article. It may have been the week the paper didn't come. But this last mile thing, I'm sure it's just a cash cow, but it is really something that the citizens need not just to talk to each other about. We need to send letters to the various representatives with the data. 1 day this week, 2 days last week. I'm not certain. We never get no mail. And so if we don't have mail in the box, it's pretty unusual. Nothing is crucial, of course, but that's not the point, right? Okay, enough already. I've got to finish the podcast we listened to on Sunday morning called Hidden Brain. And today, the subject was mistakes. Stand by. So the PhD researcher was discussing the nature of error and how it is handled. And this will curl your toes. I mean, the shuttle that blew up on re-entry, the Challenger, I believe. The employee had noticed a vague, indistinguishable white blob on the rebroadcast of the launch, and that team had looked and looked, and having a piece of foam stripe the body was not uncommon. It usually was a maintenance-only repair, not a safety issue, and so they submitted this concern up the food chain, and the next layer of administration at NASA said, basically don't worry about it. But of course, the foam strike was the leading edge of the wing, so it just, we know it killed everybody. So, mistake. It's a thing. I think you'd like this website, Tom. WBEZ.org. But also, Hidden Brain, you can get the podcast directly from the guy. Okay, that's it for me. KC9KMA is clear, Tom. Have a good day.
Like an incident that just happened the other day with that supposedly non-door blowing off that Alaska flight. Mistakes are made.
Right, you pulled me back in. Did you read about the kid in the middle seat? Nobody in the window seat. Kid in the middle seat has his shirt ripped off his body. Everybody lives, but he'll never fly again.
That's kind of one of the reasons I don't like flying, but I only take it when it's absolutely necessary. If I'm going to go like Houston or Florida or something, that's the only time I fly. Otherwise, I drive. But yeah, I heard about the kid losing his shirt. I haven't seen a video of that, but they put a lot of other videos out on the news and places. But I haven't searched Google yet to see if there's any pictures of that. But yeah, that's scary. But they were all lucky that it was at 10,000 feet and not 30,000 or more, because at 30,000, that's when it's pressurized, and there could have been a lot more issues.
Exactly. Well, I have seen that there's a photograph of the kid. I do think there's some inside the cabin pictures of the door being gone, and you're right. They said no one should have had a problem breathing or anything, so that part is the only good news. And that they landed safely. Holy cow. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Okay, no. It's snowy, but it's a man-plow snow. It's a beautiful man-plow snow. Talk to you later. Take care.
I got mine out this morning. I already did the driveway to the sidewalk, but I may have to get the broom out a little bit later and go over it again because it's a little slippery. But those bikes I mentioned the other day when I used yesterday, I am really impressed with those things. So I will be wearing them for my morning walk today.
Alan, stand by. I think Kevin had a comment. Somebody please clear it.
Yeah, this is Sturgeon still working on frequency fundamental, and yes, I got the December 15th edition of the Pulse. There was like a column by the editor, and they're titled you didn't get it, or if it's no longer at UGA, I go on the DIPOLE.com website there, and then just do a search for the word DIPOLE, and you can read that column as well. It's one pretty much and so it's clear in my mind.
Thanks, Kevin. I will do that. Take it over to E180. Good morning. Back to Alan.
So, Apostle, Apostle, well, that's a lot of shame. I got that too.